In the day's other news, and there was some, the Kremlin insisted that U.S. officials need Russia's consent before releasing transcripts of President Trump's phone calls with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. The White House has limited access to those records, as it initially did with a call to Ukraine's president. Congressional Democrats are now pressing for the Putin transcripts. The two frontrunners in Afghanistan's presidential election claimed victory today, even as vote counting continued. Saturday's turnout was low, but many Afghans defied Taliban threats of violence to cast ballots. They received the trademark finger ink for voters. By today, the country's chief executive, Abdullah Abdullah, declared himself the winner. So did the incumbent president, Ashraf Ghani, as his running mate counseled patience.
Whatever the outcome will be, we should wait for it and accept the judgment of the Election Commission. Let's not confuse the nation of Afghanistan by making casual judgments.
Ghani and Abdullah have governed under a power-sharing deal negotiated by the United States after the disputed 2014 election. In Haiti, fresh violence erupted today as thousands heeded calls to protest against President Jovenel Moise. Crowds set fires, police fired tear gas, and gunfire broke out. It was the latest in 3 weeks of demonstrations over an economic crisis and allegations of corruption linked to the president. Authorities in Hong Kong are bracing for new protests as mainland China marks the 70th anniversary of the communist state on Tuesday. It follows another weekend of violent demonstrations in the city as protesters battle police with fire bombs. Some Hong Kong lawmakers decried police tactics.
The police brutality, in fact, is escalating and extremely disturbing and brutal. And at the same time, you can see that under a lot of different situations, the use of force is unnecessary and disproportionate.
Meanwhile, Reuters reports that China has effectively doubled its security forces in Hong Kong to as many as 12,000. Beijing had billed the deployment as part of a routine rotation of troops. It has been nearly a year since the murder of Saudi Arabian journalist Jamal Khashoggi, and the president of Turkey says that he still wants answers. Khashoggi was killed at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul last October. In a Washington Post guest editorial today, Turkey's Recep Tayyip Erdogan blamed what he called a shadow state within the Saudi regime. Meanwhile, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman told CBS that he takes full responsibility, but he denied that he ordered the killing. Back in this country, California became the first state to let college athletes hire agents and make money from endorsements starting in 2023. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the measure into law today. But the NCAA, overseeing college sports, has warned that it would give California schools an unfair recruiting advantage. It says that they may be barred from competition. Republican Congressman Chris Collins of New York resigned today ahead of pleading guilty in an insider trading case. Federal court records said that Collins will enter the plea tomorrow. He's accused of tipping confidential information about a biopharmaceutical company to his son and then lying to the FBI. Texas Congressman Mac Thornberry is now the 20th House Republican to announce he's leaving office. He said today that he will not seek re-election in 2020. Thornberry was first elected in 1994. He is the ranking member on the House Armed Services Committee. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 96 points to close above 26,916. The Nasdaq rose 59 points, and the S&P 500 added 15. And opera great Jessye Norman died today in New York after complications from a spinal injury. She made her international debut in 1969, and her vibrant soprano made her a worldwide star and a winner of 4 Grammys. Here she is in concert, singing the spiritual Great Day.
Great day, the righteous marching, great day. God's gonna build up Zion's walls, great. Jessye
Norman was 74 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, presidential candidate Cory Booker on his self-imposed fundraising deadline. Our Politics Monday team breaks down the latest on the impeachment inquiry. China's rapid technology boom raises questions of a surveillance state. And our latest NewsHour book club author, Sally Rooney, discusses her breakout debut novel.